What's the difference between endangered and threatened when it comes to our beloved manatees? It could mean the difference between life and death. ABC 7's Rick Adams is here to explain. Rick.
Yeah, Alan, U.S. Fish and Wildlife wants to downlist manatees from endangered to threatened. There's concern from some folks that this could lower their level of protection. They can grow to as much as 13 feet in length and weigh as much as 3,500 pounds. What's even more impressive with manatees are how friendly and graceful they are in the water. Matt Dakey, who is visiting the Sun Coast with his family from Washington, D.C., is very impressed with these lovable creatures.
They're much bigger than what I thought, shockingly big. They move very slowly, so yeah, never seen them live.
Incredible power, but incredible gentleness.
Dr. John Reynolds, who is a manager of manatee research at Mote Marine Lab in Sarasota, has been studying manatees since 1974. Manatees have been on the endangered list since 1973. However, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service could soon remove them from the endangered list and reclassify them as threatened. A big reason for the possible change? A significant boost to the manatee population. In Florida alone, there are now around 6,500 manatees.
I think as people became aware of the laws and aware of the circumstances associated with manatees, that the people of Florida, all stakeholders basically have done good things to allow the manatee population to start to increase.
But with this possible change to the manatee status, there is concern the level of protection would change. But the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says the level of protection for manatees would remain the same, mainly because the species is still recovering.
For us here in Florida, that doesn't necessarily mean we will see any changes in how manatees are treated. We don't expect removal of speed zones.
In addition to the federal regulations, there are other levels of protection for manatees. The state of Florida manages boat speed protection zones, and counties and cities have manatee protection plans in place.
Even if the federal government maintains the status quo in terms of protection, the other layers of protection also need to make a commitment to keep the effort up.
Well, these gentle giants are a very popular attraction here at Mote Aquarium and out there in the wild, where encounters with manatees are a very common thing. Many people we talked with at Mote tell us no matter what it takes, manatees need to be taken care of.
I think it's a necessity to protect creatures like this, for our future generations to see and experience.
I think they're wonderful, and I think, we should do everything we can to preserve them.
And a big part of preserving manatees is knowing what to do when you encounter them in the wild. That's something that's highlighted in a book co-written by Dr. Reynolds.
If manatees are discovered in the wild, just stay put. Let the animals, they're wild animals, let them do their thing. Enjoy the privilege of seeing these wild animals up close.
Before they make any final decisions, U.S. Fish and Wildlife is reviewing all the public comments they've received. Yeah, fascinating creatures there. And we're being told Fish and Wildlife is expected to make a decision on this within the next 6 months.